Hi friends, today I thought I'd pop on because I'm going to do some more projects and I've got some more fabric to try and de-stash. I'm wearing, I'll just show you the dress I'm wearing because there's we have got a YouTube video out on this, and this was my apron dress, and I did this with a duvet cover, and you might actually notice this little bit here, which is the bottom. And I used it on the other dress as well, and that's for the bottom of my hem, and patch pockets with a rick-rack and rick-rack around the sleeve line. So I'm going to pop you that video because I did this, I think, early this year or late last year, and obviously it wasn't famous with the Great British Sewing Bee or anything, so I did this a long time ago, but you might actually want to look at that video as well of this little upcycle. So hi, hope you're doing really well. I'm going to pop on today and show you my next couple of projects that I'm making, and I hope you'll enjoy them. We've done this Ellis dress last week on the Merchant and Mills. I'm going to redo that because I really love the pattern. Okay, and I'm going to use a duvet cover. It's a reversible one. One side is this fabric. It was a double size, like so. And then the other side of it was this lighter check. And I thought together, obviously they marry really well. And I thought that would look really, hopefully great for autumn. And we'll have the top half here in this one, and then the gathered skirt on the bottom half with this design, and it'd be a really lovely combination for autumn. I hope you agree. So I'm going to make that out of a double duvet. So I've ripped it all apart and ripped all the messy seams. I've just got all the fabric cloth now, and because you're buying it as a duvet cover, you do get all your washing instructions and everything on. So it usually tells you, and this is a next duvet cover, and it says that it's 52% polyester, 48% cotton. So I presume that's kind of like a polycotton, but it's got a lovely, nice sort of feel about it. So I'm really excited to make that. So I'm going to cut it out. I'm not going to go through the processes because you'll see that you've already got a previous video on the Artisan hattie, of course. And then I've got another pattern here as well. I'm going to try this one because I've not done this pattern before, and it's a Simplicity pattern again, the R11065. And it's a child and Mrs. dress and tunic, so you can make the same dress or short tunic for an adult lady or a child, which I thought was beautiful. And on the back of here, it does say, I don't know if you can see it, but it says fabrics, batiks, challis, chambray, cotton types, jacquards, linen types, madras shirtings. Extra fabric is needed to match plaids, stripes or one-way design fabrics. And I'm going to do the long A1 in a ladies, the A dress, and I'm going to do it in this, which is a lovely cotton lightweight curtain I found. Really lovely. I love my roses, as you might have guessed. And show you this is like part of the seam. Let me unfold the fabric fully so you can have a really good look. I've washed it, of course, and I've ripped it up so the fabric is nicely washed and I can feel the weight and how it's going to float. And yeah, it does look a bit like a curtain. I do think with the pleats and the style of it, I think it might look quite sweet, you know. So yeah, I'm going to do that with this one, and that's the Simplicity R11065, and it's called the Artisan dress. Keep checking Hobbycraft in the UK because there's been a pattern sale recently. Okay, also charity shops are a great place to source fabrics and of course patterns, and on the Facebook there's pattern swaps and things as well, so just be mindful of what is in your area. You may actually live near a place where, you know, they sell great cheap fabrics as well, so you know, and you might be able to get a good bargain online, but you know, support your local shops as well, of course, if you can. So yes, I'm going to make these two, so hopefully I will show you at least one of them at the end of the video, and hope you like this video. Thank you for supporting my channel. I hope you can like and subscribe to it. It means so much. Comment below if there's any tips or suggestions that you have. I really appreciate it. I've had some nice tips and comments recently, and I really appreciate those, so thanks to everybody, and please subscribe so it helps my channel grow. And yeah, okay, let's get on. So I've had a great time this week because the last couple of videos have really popped off, and you know, if you've got a new channel, it's so exciting, you know. It is a long sort of process building your channel up, so when you get a lot of views, it's really good. And I think also with the Great British Sewing Bee on at the moment, there's a lot more interest in sewing, which is a great thing, isn't it? And so yeah, let's get these patterns cut out, pinned up, and let's get sewing these. Okay, so I've laid out all the pattern pieces, making sure that they face the same direction. It runs on the fold if necessary, and the direction of the pattern repeats are in the same places, you know, making sure it's all in order before we cut it. And we've got a really weird piece actually, because number one is the bodice, and then it has an extended long piece on the fold all the way down the length of the middle panel of your dress, and that is why there is this on the actual picture. If you can see, that bit there will be straight, and then you'll have all the gathered back of the dress and two side panels with the pockets on. So I wondered about that, but that's fine. So I'm going to cut it all out now, and we'll get on with sewing them up. Okay, I've cut all these out now, and that's that front section that I mentioned with the central panel that's attached to it. So that'll be that front of the dress, and then all the gathering will come round the back, and then it'll fit either side of that front panel, and then you'll stitch it down there. So that's a little bit different, isn't it? So I'm quite liking that. Now it's saying to stay stitch the front facings and the back facing around the necklines. So I'm going to do that, and then do another loop of some sort. You can actually create a loop or just do some kind of cord and pin it to the back. And then the next one will be just like the other dress of the day, putting the front and the back facings together. I haven't got any interfacing yet, surprise surprise, still not been and got any. So I've just done 4 lots of fabric for the interfacings. I'm just going to probably do that, see how it is. I'll either do it single with the material facing, and if I think I need some more, I'll just do it double, but probably single, probably alright. I must get some, I keep saying that, don't I? Anyway, so then we'll do the facing, and we'll pop it on the top of the dress, and then sort the loop out. I'm just going to go through the instructions so I don't sort of really go over everything that was pretty much the same as the dress before, i.e. facings and everything. But this, and then you'll pin your sleeve and obviously take in consideration the arm hole edges and your notches and your central seam. Add those on, and then it says here backstitching at small dot to reinforce the seam. So that's pretty simple, you know, popping that on. And then it's just that central bit's a bit dicey. It's a new thing, but basically with that it'll just say stitch the side seams from the lower edge, back stitching, stitch underarms, sleeves, press and stitch close to the inner edge. So that's that bit again, leaving that flappy bit in the middle, and then turning the sleeves under. Then you're going to gather all that skirt, joining the back and the front together, and then double stitch it, and then obviously gather it, pop on the pockets, and then you will attach that front section. And that says here, clip it in the corner of front to small dots, being careful not to cut through stitching. Pin side, front and lower back to the front and back along the waist and front edges, matching seams and small dots. Adjust the gathers to fit and base. Stitch the seams, pivoting with needle and fabric at small dots. Press the waist seam towards the bodice and front seams towards the centre front. And then mark up your hem, neaten up that back where your loop is and sew a button on. And that should be done. Makes it really, really easy, isn't it? But in reality, you've got to really concentrate, and then hopefully you'll get it right. So I hope you are all right. I'm very, very excited about this, and I shall show you when it's all completed. And I hope you enjoy and like it. And then I'll do another quick video on the other fabric. Right, I just wanted to show you how it's going on at the moment. So we've got the top. Okay, we've done the facings inside and folded them in, stay stitched them around the neckline, press the actual facing inside all the way around. Okay, we've got the loop on the back, and then we've got the actual middle bit coming down. I've just ironed it, so I'm just going to put that over there. I'm going to concentrate now on the skirt section. So I must say that the sleeves are much more trickier, because instead of just doing the seam and then fitting them in, you sort of fit part of it and then don't do the seam first, and then do the seam, bottom seam after, and then sew the rest of the bottom bit in. So I found that really quite challenging. So I'm just going to do finish the other sleeve off now, and then I'm on to basically doing the skirt front, but the sleeves are kind of nearly in, and then I'll hem these up, double hem them, sew them, gather the skirt and hem it, and then I'll show you. Okay, right, so I'm number 11 now, stitching the side front sections to the lower back, number 7 at the side seams and matching the notches. So we've got number 7, and then number 6, that's the front, side front. Put side front sections to lower back. So I need to put that, so pull in the middle, just show that you fill it in a bit, I suppose, so you can get it on your table. So match your notches up. Pin together and then sew. And then that one the same. Right, I've come to do the pockets now. I've just done all the gathering stitch at the top, and I will be able to pull that in shortly. But then I've got the pockets, and it's looking to me like, you know, it's an old curtain, isn't it? And I thought, well, actually, you know, all this fabric will look like I'm wearing a curtain at this rate. And I thought, what about, instead of putting more of the fabric, which is beautiful, as a pocket, why not use something plain to break the pattern up? And I've got this beautiful cloth with scalloped edges, which I think will be absolutely perfect to use that as a pocket. And these are the pocket sizes cut in 2 pieces, and when I lay that on this top bit here, it's practically the same size. So I'm thinking, and if I put white against this, it will break it up, won't it? Because it's got a lot of white in, so the colour certainly would match. So I'm going to just try and get this really neat and get all the scallops together and iron it, and then we'll cut it, and then we'll make this white cotton into the pocket. We could maybe put a little bit of this in the middle, or like a strip in the middle or something like that to break it up. So I'm just sort of thinking a little bit out of the box to break up the overall pattern of these curtain fabrics, because I love it, but I don't want it to look like I'm literally walking around with my curtain on. And this might do the trick actually. So let's pop that, get that cut out, and use these beautiful edges. And what I can do, because there's enough theoretically for 4, so what I can do is cut it in half, and then half of this side as well, and put them in together with a central seam down the front, so that the scallop edges will be on both sides, looking like something like that. I'm going to do that, I think, right now. I honestly think that would be ideal. Let's iron it off first, then we'll get a nice straight edge. Right, so I folded the original pocket in half. So we've got 2 pieces, and then, right, so I'm just going to chop the bottom of this now to make sure I need to, just a minute. Yeah, because that's going to go and be added to this one, isn't it? So we'll have it like that. Yeah, so chop that in half now. And what we want is all the sides like that together, and then the bit that's not frilled, the bit that's not frilled will be turned up anyway, and it'll be the top of the pocket. So I'll show you that in a minute when I've sewn it together. Right, so I'm going to sew these together, and these are going to be making nice little pockets with scalloped edge all around, and we'll turn these fold them twice over, and then there'll be the pockets, and we'll pop those now through the sewing machine on a straight stitch, and then iron them out, and then attach them to the main skirt bodice as per the pattern. But I've just not used the same fabric, just want to break this up with it being quite a busy design. So it's all about looking at your pattern, what you've got, working out if you want to tweak it. And hope it's like I've done with this one that I'm wearing, tweaked it, you know, and put different pockets on, like a mismatch. It's quite nice as well, gives it a little bit more of a focal point. So just adjust this and sew these lovely things together. Right, just check those pockets when you make sure that they look the same size and they are the same size. I'm going to just trim that edge off just under there so it doesn't stick out. There's a bit there as well. Lovely. I'm just going to sew the seam down now. Right, so I've pinned these pockets now onto the dress as so. Just sew those on now. Very big pockets, if they, when we fold it in, sort of fall forward, then I will put an inverted pleat in it and sew a little triangle and obviously make a little sort of inner pleat on that pocket in the middle, if that is the case. If it's okay, we'll leave it as that. It might just fall forward with them being quite big pockets, but I want a big pocket so that it breaks up that pattern repeat. Right, so now let's have a look at these instructions. So we've done the pocket and we've put it on to the skirt like so, and then it's saying clip inner corner of the front to the small dots, being careful not to cut through stitching, pin side, front and lower back to front and back along the waist and front edges, matching the seams and small dots. Adjust the gathers to fit and then baste it. Stitch seams pivoting with needle in fabric at small dots. Press waist seam towards the bodice and front seams towards the centre front. So we've got a bit of a tricky one here because we've not done this before. We've got that central panel, haven't we? You know, this sort of long bit. In the last couple of videos, and when I've had gathers, it's been just a full gather at the waist and you just pin it all together, sew it, sometimes put waist elastic in or not. But this is a bit more tricky, obviously, because we're going to have to match the seams up and also do the gathering as well. So hey ho, this is another sort of thing to learn as well. So that's, yes. It's all enjoyable. Need to put these up as well. Need to put some seams on there, turning them under. It'd be quite nice if I could put something white on here. I might actually, you know, put something white over here as well. Anyway, like I say, I sort of have these ideas and use the pattern now. And I'm going out, you know, I'm working as I go along, if you like. And that's the beauty of it, to make it more unique for your own taste. But the pattern is the way forward so that we know how to make a finished garment and then just sort of tweak it to suit you. So, enough procrastination and chattering. Let's get gathering this up now, because we've not done the back seam yet either, you see. Oh no, that's the front. Oh gosh, 1 minute. I've done this wrong. Do you know, I think I've put haven't I? I've put the pockets on the back, because this is going to be the front, isn't it? Because that's going to go down there. Whoops, you see. There she goes. She's not thinking it through. Look, yeah. That's going to be that and that, isn't it? Oh, bloomin' heck. So that's on the wrong way. I made a good job of those as well. Bloomin' heck. What we're going to do now, guys, I'm going to have to take all that apart and do it again. Oh, that's so annoying and frustrating. Yeah, that'll be the back, won't it? Oh dear. Yeah, right, well, I'm going to have to undo that and undo that one, and that has to be flipped there. Yeah, oh dear me. Right, okay, well, we all make mistakes, and I make a lot, so it's, you know. So when you do this yourself, make sure you put your pockets on the right part of your fabric, guys, alright? So I'll see you in a bit when I've actually changed that from the back to the front where it should be. Right, so I've just put the gathered skirt to the bodice, and now I've got to try and sort this bit out, you know, putting the front seam to the side seams, you know, so that front panel goes on the side seams on both sides. So I'm going to do that next, and we're getting there. Good morning everybody, I'm back on the Artisan R11065 Simplicity dress, and we're getting closer, but I'm really struggling with this. Now if you look at this dress, I don't know if you can see, but more clearly on the actual picture here, you've got the top bodice, and then you have this long strip and then gathering either side, don't you? And that's fine, I've done that, but whilst pinning it I'm having a bit of a problem, and it feels like it's bulging. And these are the instructions. It's saying clip the inner corner of the front to the small dot, being careful not to cut through stitching. Clip inner corner, pin side front and lower back to front, and back along the waist and front edges, matching seam and small dots. And I've done that. Adjust the gathers to fit and then baste. Stitch the seams pivoting with needle in fabric at the small dots. Press waist seam towards the bodice and front seams towards the centre front. This is what I'm worried about. So for our dress, this is inside out. And we've got this, so we've got the top bodice, and then it went from here to here, didn't it? Then it had this long thin panel strip. So what I've done is I've matched my notches on both sides all the way down, and I've pinned both side panels, okay, to this little strip. And then here we've got the gathers coming in either side, and it's at this point here and here that I'm concerned about. And I've not sewn it yet, but it kind of looks like it's going to be bulging somewhere on this section. But I've been really careful to make sure that I've got both notches bang on together, you know, so they're all pinned like this, and then all the notches are pinned together in the correct place. And then here, you see, you've got it where it's straight up, and they come together nice and straight, okay. But then here you've got the side bit coming across, and you've got to kind of twist it a little bit because it doesn't totally fit. So this edge here, I've got that and that together. You've got to kind of turn, sort of probably sew around there, and then be careful and then sew around here. I'm just hoping that when I actually sew it, I'm not going to have a bulge, because at the minute as I've pinned it, it looks like it's going to just bulge out a little bit, and that's my concern. But when you look closely at the picture, I don't know if you can see on this video, where the lady is, she's got her hand in the pocket, of course. Just here and just there is like this bulging kind of pleat that just flops down, which I hadn't really looked at properly. I hope you can see that. So I'd not really noticed that until I started really looking at it. So I'm just hoping that when I sew this, it will come out all right, you know. So you just got to keep checking everything as you go along to make sure everything is perfect. So like I say, it does say clip the corner, clip the inner corner to the small dot. So I believe that means it's this probably bulky bit that you've got to clip out when you've you know, but I don't do anything at the minute. But sometimes, you know, I have to read this through and through again, and sometimes it just doesn't, I don't always understand it. I suppose the more sewing that you do, the better you get at it, of course. And I'm really enjoying making things, so that's the main thing, isn't it? Having a bit of fun at making things and creating things. So if you've got any top tips and you've done this before, please leave me a comment in the comment box, so for next time, because it looks like it's a nice pattern, and if there's an easier way, please let me know, you know. And probably when I've done it, it'll all come, it'll probably make sense. But I don't think sometimes these diagrams are very good. But that's the diagram that it's referring to, this little dot. And it's saying clip the corner. Be careful not to cut through the stitching. I suppose if you clip the corner, then it'll all move, keep moving on, you know, the corner, and allow the fabric to be movable. The fabric will move together, won't it? And it won't have as much bulk behind it. So that's the next stage. I'm going to try and see how that's going to be. I'm hoping that we don't get a lot of bulkiness and puckering or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead now and do that, and then I'll show you in a bit. If it comes out okay, I'm going to turn this hem up and find a button, because I've got the loop on now, so that I get the loop done, and then I might try it on. So we're getting a bit nearer. I really enjoyed it. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the gathered part of the waistband onto the bodice top from the point where it's gathered all the way around. Then I'm going to do the long side seam to the front panel after, so I can just tweak it. So I'm going to do that bit first to the notches on each side all the way around. Then we'll check all this and then sew both of the panels up, and then hopefully press it, and then hopefully it'll look good. Obviously you can tell I'm a little bit anxious about this. But we'll just have to wait and see and hope it will come out okay. Right, that's come out alright actually. I'll just show you this bit now. So we've got, it comes round and just drops on both sides, and it's fairly even and looks quite normal. So that's alright. Now these pockets I've put on, you know, with this beautiful linen, I looked in my button stash, where obviously when I throw cardigans away and use them for rags and things, I take the buttons off, and there's some lovely little peachy pinky pearlized little buttons, and I thought they would be very nice, just one in the middle seam at the top and the bottom of that. Oops. And then there's one left to go on the rear side where the loop is. It might fall out a bit because the loop's a bit bigger, but it'll look lovely, and I can always sort of sew in the middle to make it that loop a bit tighter, and that'll be a nice fasten up at the back of the neckline. Now I'm going on to the sleeves and the hems now. Just turn them up, and then I'm going to try it on for you, and I'm really pleased with this curtain dress. Right then, so I'm just stopping for a lovely cappuccino. So I hope you're enjoying this video. I'm feeling very blessed because my son bought me a beautiful coffee machine for a present. That was a very thoughtful present of his. And it's not about the gift, is it? It's about the thought. So, you know, however expensive anything is, if it's something that someone's really thought about you and given you a gift, that's beautiful, isn't it, how people are. So I want to sort of feel I do feel a lot of gratitude at the moment, because on this YouTube channel I've been doing it for a while, and all of a sudden the video has sort of kind of popped off, the last ones. Yes, I'm very grateful, and I'm just wanting to sort of take that time to say how grateful I am to yourselves if you have subscribed or liked or commented on any of my videos. I do a lot of different style videos. If you look back, I do a lot of upcycling, sewing, making, baking and cooking. Also buying things from sort of charity shops and antique flea markets and upcycling them by painting or using fabrics on things like that. So yeah, please subscribe and hit that notification button so you don't miss any of the videos. But thanks so much for just being here, it really means a lot to me. So yeah, just having a little coffee. How's your week going? Hope it's good. And also, are you doing any craft projects? It'd be lovely to hear what you're doing, where you're from in the world as well, and what you like to do in your spare time, if there's any crafts or hobbies that you would like to do. Any top tips or comments, just leave them for us all, because it's hopefully a lot of other people will look at things, and if there's any advice that you want to give, please do so. Some people did say that they didn't like the music on the videos, so I'm going to keep it music free now. So I hope that's something that will please most people. I do like to listen to feedback. Obviously it'll help me hopefully to make better videos for you. Alright, so thanks a lot. Now I'm just going to put the hem on this dress and then I'll try it on. Just take a little break and have a few moments, and then I'll carry on with this, and then that'll be finished. So this is the dress, all done. You've got your pockets there. It's a very floaty dress. It comes up just to about the knee, and it's really pretty how it's come out. It's probably my favourite print so far. Nice big pockets. That's come out quite nice, you know, around there, nice and neat. Yeah, very flowy. I've not done that up because I can't, but that I've put a little bun on that, so you just with a little flap and button it up. And it's yeah, it's quite a nice flowy kind of dress. I can see how mum and a little child would look great in you know, matching outfits. Would be nice, wouldn't it? And I'm not sure what it looks like. I feel really like it's very, very big on me. What do you think? Please leave a comment in the comment box below. So thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. It's maybe one of the prettiest dresses I've made so far. Please consider every type of fabric when you're hunting for cheap fabrics to make things. And yeah, this has been made out of a pair of curtains. Beautiful cotton feeling to it. Leave me a comment if you think it suits me or not. I'm used to wearing more tailored things, so I'm not absolutely sure about it yet, but that's the beauty of making things from cheap fabric, isn't it? So you've not actually got a massive big expensive mistake if that's the case. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again with another video next time. Bye for now.